Killing Ground is a 2016 Australian horror thriller film, the directorial debut of one Damien Power, and I gotta tell you, I think this guy's one to watch. The plot of Killing Ground is told in a somewhat non-linear way. Focusing on two different stories as they gradually become intertwined. Ian and Samantha are a young couple on their way to a weekend trip in the woods, but when they arrive, they find that someone else has already set up camp in the same area.
So someone's beating us to it.
However, other than their tent, there's no sign of these other campers anywhere, and Ian and Samantha soon discover that something is terribly wrong. This is all intercut with flashbacks to the other group, a family consisting of a mom, dad, teenage daughter, and baby son. The villains are a vile pair of thugs who come across the family while hunting boar in the same area, and, well, things just progress from there.
Your guy.
There's a lot to like about this movie. It's beautifully shot, with lots of great shots of the eerily quiet forest where the action takes place. And Ian and Samantha feel like a genuine couple. They have a lot of fun dialogue with each other early on, which makes them likable and sympathetic.
Hey, it might not be such a bad idea to have company on New Year's.
What if they're dickheads?
Oh, well, then we'll just go to bed and we'll have really quiet sex.
The acting all round is pretty good, except for maybe this guy, who mumbles a lot of his lines, which makes him hard to understand.
Yeah, you need a four-wheel drive to get into the falls. We just graded the road in.
I've been in there, mate. I'm not going back.
Yeah, you said that fucking before, didn't you?
Yeah, it was about time you start fucking listening.
But the real star of Killing Ground is its non-linear structure. The director really manages to wring every bit of tension he can out of this scenario, and it is thrilling. As both stories unfold, you obviously know something horrible is about to happen in that kind of way that makes you put your fingers over your eyes, but still want to keep watching. You know bad shit is coming, but you don't know exactly when or how, which makes for gripping viewing. For example, there are often scenes of Ian and Samantha stumbling upon something odd like the abandoned tent or car. Then we'll cut away to the other family in those same places, and you want to yell at the screen, "Get out of there, it's not safe!" But of course they have no idea of the danger they're in. I felt my heart start to race several times while watching this.
Leave me alone!
Yes, overall the movie doesn't have any major twists that you don't necessarily see coming, but it's all in the way it's presented, its execution, that the brilliance shines through. There's a particular scene I want to mention where the toddler innocently wanders out of the woods behind Samantha and she doesn't notice him, which had me sweating. The way he just appears and how oblivious she is to his predicament is bone-chilling. Then something else happens later on, also involving the baby, that I don't even want to talk about because when I watched it, I went like this. I admit I am trying to keep things brief here, as I really don't want to go into too much detail and spoil this one. I thought it was so good that you should just watch it relatively blind. I will extend further praise to the performance of Aaron Glennan, who was able to add many subtle layers of depth to what could have been a very one-dimensional bad guy. You really get the sense that this character has a lot of complex stuff going on in his head, but isn't in a position to really deal with it. And then when you think his arc is going to go one way, it goes somewhere completely different. It's great stuff.
Fucking cunt!
I also want to commend Damien Power on his approach to the violence. Some of it is on screen and very brutal, and a lot of it is off screen, yet still manages to be profoundly disturbing with the way he depicts only the aftermath of a truly terrible event.
Pull up your fucking pants.
It shows that you don't always have to be graphic to make something unsettling. Usually when I get excited about a movie and try to recommend it, I'm worried about overhyping it and possibly ruining the experience for anyone who might actually end up taking a chance and watching whatever the hell it is I'm talking about. So I am going to be cutting this review short before I go too crazy.
Right?
My bottom line is that I thought Killing Ground was fantastic. It blew me away, and I am now eagerly looking forward to whatever Damien Power does next. Fingers crossed that he can live up to his outstanding debut.
I'm a hunter.